welcome to Stampin' by Hannah here on YouTube. I've gone live. I can't see my desk. Everything's a bit of a mess this evening. I have gone live a little earlier than usual. Usually I am a 7:30 go live, whether that's here on YouTube or on a Sunday on Facebook, but there's lots of reasons why I'm a little bit early tonight. The first one is that I'm tired and quite hungry. It's been quite a day. As always on a Wednesday, because I have my children all day long. But also, I have walked, let me show you my watch for today. I have now walked 23,900 steps. My legs are really tired. That did include a run this morning. But yeah, it's just been quite a day. And I wanted to get this video done because I haven't been live for a few weeks. And that's really bad of me. So I thought, I'll go live a little bit early so I can get settled in for the evening, make my tea, do all those really exciting things that I also need to do this evening. So, I do have I'm hoping there's going to be a quick card for you, but it might turn into a longer one. I'm going to do 2 challenges today. So the first one is the Global Design Project for this week, which is an inspiration challenge. I haven't got a picture of the card. I'll pop over to their blog and find it. I will put it on the blog post that this video is going to go with, and there'll be a link once I've finished. Probably this evening, actually. There'll be a blog post for this card, and I'll pop the link in there. But so there's that, but also the lovely Martin Stone has a 30-day card challenge going on, and today is a colour challenge. So I thought this was quite a challenge. Not 3 colours that I think I've ever used together, but I thought I would give it a go this evening. So I've got a bit of a challenge. And I've got hand-pen petals because I haven't used this stamp set for ages and I really, really like it. The line image is just makes my heart happy. So, and then I've also pulled the dies that go and the, what's it called? Brain is not functioning anymore. So I've got pen flowers and the rectangle stitch framelets to go along with that. So, first thing I'm going to do is sort out some layers, because the card, the Global Design Project card this week, I just don't really do, but I thought I would give it a go. So I've got a card base of Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to move that off because it's probably going to really throw the white balance out. And then I've got some other kind of scraps. So I've got a bit of watercolour paper. Come back to that in a minute. And then I've got some basic white and another piece of that Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to cut a couple of rectangles. Haven't decided which one yet. This is quite an off-the-cuff kind of video for me this week, because I just haven't. My brain came up with this card as I was cooking the kids' tea, and so I haven't had a chance to prep or think all that much today. Yeah, took both kids to baby class this morning, and then we've done the school run and coffee, and yeah, it's just been a bit mad. So I have got my mini cut and emboss. I'm hoping that's going to fit through it. It's just about. So let's get my die cutting machine in. I am really enjoying the mini cut and emboss. I really did not think it was going to be for me. I was wrong. I will happily hold my hands up and admit I was completely wrong. It's a fabulous machine. Really, really handy for things like this where you just want like a little something and you don't want to get your great big machine out. It's brill. So, first things first, my basic white rectangle. I'm going to run that through. It is a bit stiff. I don't know if this is just mine or whether this is the machine in general, but it is a little bit stiff. The other thing you might have noticed about the video this week is there's slightly more shadow than usual, and that's because I'm back on the wrong side of my desk. The reason being, because I've done 20 odd thousand steps today, my legs are tired. So I have chosen to sit on the wrong side because I can sit down. If I use the other side of my desk, I actually can't sit because there's no room for my legs. So I am back on the wrong side just for this week, just while my legs recover from, yeah, being really stupid, to be quite honest. I always do a lot of steps on a Wednesday. There's always quite a physical day. Because I've got the kids and because I refuse, point blank, refuse to walk the length of the village, which is about a mile, to do the school run. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. We will walk. We walk come rain, hail, shine, snow, sleet. I'm walking. So that's a mile there and a mile back. And then a mile there and a mile back again. And then I did a 5k run this morning. And we walked to the community centre for baby class. So it's just quite a lot. It's just quite a lot one day. I've just thrown my plates and I need those again in a second. So that's my layers. So that's that bit. Let me grab the things I've thrown on the floor. It wouldn't be a Stampin' by Hannah video, would it, if I didn't throw some bits on the floor. It was always a standard thing. Let's move everything back. There we go. Get everything square again. So there we also have that piece of the Fluid 100 watercolour paper. And I'm going to stamp... Oh, where's it gone? That flower. I just love this. I really love this image. To the point where I think I've used Stays On with it before. I'm going to use Stays On because I'm going to watercolour. So I wouldn't recommend Stays On for photopolymer. Oh, for goodness sake. For photopolymer stamps as a general rule, because it can degrade your photopolymer. However, the occasional use isn't too bad. So I really need to buy either a new Stays On pad or learn how to read this one. Anybody got any tips? Do let me know. I think I probably just need to buy a new one. Because it's also quite tacky now. So it pulls at cardstock. That'll do. That's better. Yeah, I just think it's tired and I'm ready for a replacement. So, like I said, I've got Fresh Freesia, Blackberry Bliss, and Polished Pink. I mean, that is quite a colour combo, isn't it? It really is. Like I said, not my choice. Not my choice. Blame Martin. I'm saying blame Martin. He's so lovely that I'm sure he won't mind. And let's have a look. Let's do Fresh Freesia first. So I'm just going to pop, the way I do this, I've got my big block. I'm going to pop some ink on one corner. I have a spritzer that I am going to pop, it's got water in it, so I'm going to pop that on there as well. And then I do this with a standard paintbrush. I could use an aqua painter or a water painter, but it's just, I prefer this way. So I get my ink into my water, and then I'm just gonna colour that flower in with that Fresh Freesia. Now, as you can see, or as the I'm not staying in the lines. I'm literally just whopping colour on here. Normally we'd be going for green because we've got leaves. But I'm not doing that. We're going for full on colour this time. So again, polished pink, bit of water on, and I'm going to do this flower, and I'm literally just, I'm not even really respecting the lines of the image. I'm just like getting the colour in the general vague direction of of the lines. Just because, oh Brian, I've got a really itchy nose. This is my preferred method of watercolour. I'm not a like detail kind of person with watercolour. I'm a whop the colour on sort of person. I do exactly the same with Blackberry Bliss. So, oh, that's really stiff. There we go. My Blackberry Bliss ink pad. And again, a bit more water on. And I mean, this colour is just gorgeous. A really, really deep, deep purple colour. And this is the one I'm going to do the leaves with. So, and all of the stalks. So again, I'm sort of following, like, you've got a stalk there. That's as much, that's kind of as detailed as I'm going to get. And just get that colour kind of around and about. So we've got some white in there, but that's fine. But it's probably going to disappear when I die cut it anyway. So, oh, I need to get rid of that. I'm going to blot that ink off, because if I don't, I'll put my finger in it. Just know what I'm like. So there we have our coloured image. Isn't that stunning? So while that's drying, I'm going to pop that off to one side to dry for a second. Still got an itchy nose. I'm going to start layering this card together. Now, one of the things that the original of this card has is like really like chewed edges, which I am not good at. But I'm going to give it a go. So I've got a nail file, and I use this nail file all of the time to, like, if you've got a cutter blade, trimmer blade that's just sort of on the way out a little bit, and you've got fluffy edges, I use my emery board to like remove those fluffy bits. Really handy for that. So I'm just going to go all the way around and like bend up the edges. So I've got kind of, it's now not flat. And I don't want it to be flat either. I'm literally just bending it, roughing it up, getting it really beaten. Like, roll it and really play with the cardstock. So I'm going to do one corner that's like really, really, yeah, messy. And like so I said, this is real. Oh, very bad connection. Very bad connection. That's unusual. I don't know what that means. It's very unusual for me to get a very bad connection. I've got really fast Wi-Fi. See if that evens out. How strange. I think my phone... Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Oh, there we go. How odd. So, that's my Blackberry Bliss one. I'm going to do exactly the same with the basic white. So, all the way around. Just around the edges. I thought about doing something in the middle of this, but then I'm not. I'm going to leave it. So, just really... Oh, really rolling those edges, getting them really kind of just, yeah, like you've sat on the cardstock. The look I'm going for. Sat on, really worn. Yeah, right. So, bit of Stampin' seal on the back. And then that's going to go straight down in the middle of there. And then is that the same with the piece of basic white? Straight down in the middle of that. I quite like the look of that. That's really dimensional. That's nearly dry. Well, while I'm waiting for that to be completely dry, I'm just going to tie a bow in some linen thread. I have also already gone ahead and done my sentiment. So this is heat embossed on a piece of crumb cake. And the reason I've gone for crumb cake is I just wanted to break it up a little bit, because it's quite a harsh colour combination. I'm just going to kind of banner the ends. And this is really, really rough, but I really like this sentiment. Anything is possible. Anything really, really is possible. I absolutely live that every day. If you, while I'm tying this bow, I'm going to waffle for you a little bit, because I don't know if I've mentioned it on here yet. I have started a podcast, and it's called The Crafty Mindset. I posted the link to it on my Instagram this afternoon on my stories. I will share it here at some point. If it's not, if you're watching this at a later date, it should still be in my Instagram bio. So if you go over to Instagram, which is StampinByHannah, same as it is here, there is a link to my podcast in there. So yeah, it's all about kind of my mental health, and the fact that anything is possible. Let's have a positive mindset. And yeah, I'm having a really, really nice time, really enjoying recording one every week. We come out on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday. This week I had a really anxious week last week. One of the reasons why I wasn't here last week is because my anxiety was playing up. And so I talked about that this week. Next week is about... is that the right one? She says, I'm hopeless with dies sometimes. There we go. It's about... I'm not going to tell you actually, but I've done... my anxious week, how to focus on you, the power of doing crafty challenges. Like, I love a crafty challenge, hence why a lot of my Wednesdays actually are challenge related videos. So I just enjoy that. Yeah, that challenge, doing something that's a little bit outside of your usual, like this, because this is not my usual style of crafting at all. So yeah, give it a listen, go and find it. It's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at the moment. But that might change. We might get it somewhere else as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying recording those at the moment. And then while I'm waffling about things that you can sign up for, do not forget that I have an email list as well. And there will be an email coming out this Friday. Missed last week, because I just missed everything last week. Dropped everything. You know when, I don't know if other people get this where you just feel like you're spinning plates. Yeah, well, I spun the plates last week and they all felt the floor. So it's just, knew that was going to happen because it's still a little bit wet. The washi tape has taken my colour away. Oh, live crafting. Got to love it. So, bit more polished pink. Bit more polished pink. It's fine. These things happen. It's okay. It's easily rescued, she says. Oh, cover that back up. Close that ink pad before I put my finger in it. I could have predicted that, couldn't I, really? I should have done one before and let it dry, but never mind. I can also cover it up with that sentiment. I'm going to just stick that colour on, just so that we've not got a white bit behind our sentiment, because that might look weird. There we go. Let's move all of that out of the way. And then we can put this card together. So I'm going to just get that lined up so that, yes, I can put that straight over the top of there. Right, I need some dimensionals. Probably, let's go for 3 on the back of here. I don't know, I think I've turned my camera around again this week, as well as not being in the right place in my craft room. And then stick that there. I'm gonna, I think that might be a wet glue moment, don't you? Bit of wet glue. Try it, I'm trying. Anybody that knows me at all will know I'm not a fan of wet glue. If you've crafted with me before, you'll know it's not my bag. But I'm trying to use it a bit more at the moment. There. And then just a glue dot on here for the, I'm just gonna make it into a little ball. I'm gonna pop that just underneath that banner, I think. There. Do we think we need a little bit of sparkle on that? I think we do. I have my, I don't know if this happens to anybody else. I need to look at my embellishment storage because this is just slightly ridiculous. Ooh. They're the right colours. Or sequins. That's really hard. That's a really hard choice, isn't it? My desk is now completely overrun with stuff. Sequins. Or, this is one of the, I love this, it's a great tip actually. All of the Stampin' Up! Embellishments come on clear plastic. So what I'll quite often do is I'll stick the clear plastic underneath, like over the top of the cardstock, and just see what colour I like better. I think I'm going to go with the sequins. I think they're disappearing a little bit on the Blackberry Bliss colours. Names not in my head today. So that is the card for this week. We got there in the end, everybody. We got there in the end. Thank you ever so much for joining me this week. As always, you can find me over on stampinbyhannah.co.uk. You can purchase anything you've seen in my videos in my online store, and I'll be posting this card on Instagram later on. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.